Sorry I'm late, my dudes. Give me just a second. Usually we start at 10:30. Usually. That would not be today's trend, though. Sorry about that, if you heard any feedback. Okay. All right. Woo! Let's get started. All right. Here we go. Let's do it. We're on day 5. Sorry I missed the stream yesterday, you guys. Long story short, I won't attempt to explain my whole life story, but long story short, I needed a break. It was just constantly one thing after another, and just... This whole week has been kind of a mess for me. Of course, I don't really have to excuse myself, but I figured just for the sake of letting you guys know why there wasn't a stream yesterday, that would be the reason, is that I just needed a break. Simple as that. So, I am ready to go today, though. Definitely needed that little hiatus there. But we're back, and we'll do Fire Emblem next week. So, sorry if you were excited for Fire Emblem. But we're just going to start on Pikmin today. And let's get started. So actually, I said I was going to read the Piclopedia last time. I think I didn't do that for these guys. Okay. The fiery blowhog of the blowhog family. This creature expels a volatile phosphorus compound from its snout that combusts upon contact with air. This fire-breathing ability is dependent upon the air-to-fuel ratio at its mouth, catalyst reaction within the expelled compound, and purification of the compound. Thus, it is highly unlikely that such a complex process could cause the spontaneous explosion of a fallen blowhog. This process is also perhaps to avoid risk of spontaneous combustion in the belly of a live specimen. However, one should still treat a fiery blowhog with great care, even after its life functions have ceased. Iridescent flint beetle. The flint beetles are nocturnal, choosing to hide in the grass by day and stay active at night. These creatures keep undigested food pellets in their stomachs to sustain them through winter, but given the right stimulus, they will spit them out. Recent research has revealed that these pellets are enveloped in a membrane that seals and preserves them in a sterile, airtight environment. If kept at room temperature, it seems that this pellet membrane will keep its contents fresh for up to 6 months. The membrane may be made from the same substance that gives the exoskeleton of the flint beetle its beautiful sheen. And the ivory candy pop bud. Researching from our most recent expedition has confirmed the presence of candy pop buds in subterranean regions. Considering the microecologies this plant has been found in, one could surmise that it could be found in any cavern regardless of geographic regions. Tossing Pikmin into this flower always produces white Pikmin seeds, regardless of the color of Pikmin tossed in. In many cases, plants with small leaves typically have limited photosynthetic capabilities and thus must find alternate means of obtaining nutrients, with parasitic and predatory behavior being most common. The candy pop could be considered one such example. Okay, the fiddlehead. At first glance, this plant resembles the spring used in the ship's sublight engine. Many of its most primitive characteristics remain intact, including its habit of spreading through the dispersal of spores. And finally, the burrowing snagret. The Snavian family, I love that. The majority of snagret species lie in wait to ambush... Oh my gosh, this thing is loud. Are you done? Thank you. Whoops. No, don't do that! Whatever. So the majority of snagret species lie in wait to ambush and capture prey with a body type perfectly adapted to such sudden strikes. It violently attacks small, surface-dwelling insects distributed across a relatively wide range. Subspecies of snagret suited to the varying soil conditions have emerged, making the snagret the most geographically represented species besides the bulborb. Visually resembling the burrowing snagret is the burrowing snarrow, the range of which partially overlaps with the snagret's range. While the two may appear similar, when pulled from the ground they can be distinguished by the presence or absence of tail and wing markings. Interesting. I actually forgot about his mention of the burrowing snarrow. Okay, toxic toadstool. Now for the treasure hoard. This dubious morsel doesn't look like it would be very agreeable with my innards. However, I bet Louis would try a bite. His appetite is insatiable, and he's always cooking up tasty meals. I'm glad that on this expedition, our ship's reactor can power our life support systems indefinitely. This will give us all the time we need to thoroughly examine all of the treasure we recover. I don't care if the President wants us to hurry. I've had enough of his hassling. I think I'll move more slowly, and just to cause him indigestion. The vivid color of this red stone reminds me of my wife's eyes when they burn with rage. Just between you and me, I've noticed lately that she's been getting more wrinkles. Now that I think about it, I've probably caused her a lot of stress. When I return to Hockatate, I'll take her on a long vacation. See, there's the turn I was talking about. He starts off sort of harsh, and then he sort of like cleans up after that. Because he's just like, yeah, you know what, it's not her fault. Chances are I'm the one who's giving her gray hairs and stuff like that, so. Alright. Super Stick Textile. I have once again discovered a completely undocumented species of Pikmin. These white Pikmin can find and dig up items that are buried entirely underground. We never would have found this priceless treasure without them. Thankfully, it's the perfect stuff to patch a hole I just noticed on the ship's hull. P.S. I named the cave where I first encountered the white Pikmin the White Flower Garden. In a survival situation, the most important things are water, courage, and a first aid kit. I've got water and an endless supply of courage, but I don't have a first aid kit. Sometimes I don't have a whole lot of motivation either. I may be a daring explorer, but sometimes I just want to loaf around all day and sleep. Wait, what if the President reads this journal? I'd never dream of slacking on the job. Yeah. There are several different patterns drawn on this object's surface. They appear to be characters or letters, but I can't make any sense of them. This is just an educated guess, but I wonder if this object is a kind of alien bulletin board? The size of the object seems about right for it. Today I delivered an impromptu lecture on the basics of wilderness survival. As Louis' superior, it is my responsibility to teach him these skills. Walking around as much as we do generates an intense thirst, so water becomes very important. I told Louis that we have to ration our water carefully. That's what I was thinking until I found this. I was so parched that I couldn't help myself. I drank all the water in the canteen. It tasted so good. But when I turned around, Louis gave me a cold stare. The interior of this hemisphere contains a chip coated with charts detailing a new region. I explored this forest the last time I was here, but it's clear that it has undergone some dramatic changes. The plants and animals have also evolved significantly. I've given this forest a new name, the Awakening Wood. I must begin to form a hypothesis to explain why the forest changed so rapidly. So yeah, this is particularly interesting for me because, as you know, and as he just confirmed here, that the Awakening Wood is actually the exact same forest in the first game, the Forest of Hope. But what's interesting is that he says it has undergone some dramatic changes. The plants and animals have evolved significantly. I've given this forest a new name, the Awakening Wood. I must begin to form a hypothesis to explain why the forest has changed. So he's acknowledging that the forest underwent rapid evolution while he was away, which might suggest that time works a little bit differently, depending on where you go in space travel. Now, that's just my theory, but I actually wouldn't be able to explain it otherwise. It's just that the Awakening Wood, being the Forest of Hope, I think PR actually mentioned this in a previous stream, that it is a little weird, that it didn't seem like that much time passed between the first and second game, and yet the Awakening Wood looks actually, the layout looks very similar, obviously, because it's the same place, but it looks drastically different than it used to, so I don't know, food for thought. 5-man knapsack. I'd love to lay down in the grass, bask in the sun, and take an afternoon nap, but with all these Pikmin following me, I can never seem to relax. I should remember to press C to dismiss the Pikmin, and then press and hold C to take a nap. Last time I tried it, the Pikmin picked me up while I slept and carried me away to their onion. Hold your space horses, Pikmin. I'm not a pellet or a piece of treasure. Then I woke up. Great galaxies, it was all just a dream, wasn't it? Yeah, so that's kind of a little Easter egg there. I think everyone knows about that at this point, but after you get the 5-man knapsack, if you actually hold down C, he'll fall asleep, and the Pikmin will actually pick you up if you're nearby and try to take you to their onion, because they actually think that you're dead. They don't understand sleeping. So, yeah, if they see Olimar sleeping, they'll actually try to pick him up and take him to the onion. Which I think is actually a reference to the first game, the first game's bad ending. Because the bad ending in the first game actually has Olimar dying, literally just dying of oxygen poisoning. And they take him to the onion, and they beam him up, and they turn him into a Pikmin so that he could survive. So he literally becomes a Pikmin, which is... it's weird. It's really weird, but that's the bad ending of the first game. I think that's just what they're trying to do in the second game. People are like, the Pikmin are evil secretly. They want to kill Olimar. It's like, no. They just think he's dead. They don't understand sleep. But anyway. Good morning. The white Pikmin are lodged with the purple ones in my hole. The two types are sleeping well and do not quarrel. I have made them most comfortable. You can call out the white Pikmin by standing in the light beneath me and pressing A. On a separate note, be wary of overworking yourselves. Taking a break can be courageous too. To retire early for the day, press plus and then right on the D-pad. I know that. Alright. Ooh, the sensor bar is all out of whack. Oh, that's going to be really annoying. Give me a second. I am going to have to fix this because that is really annoying. I should really start streaming consistently at the same time every day, so that, I have been, just, I guess the last couple of days have been kind of weird, but I've noticed when I don't keep the schedule, people start trickling in a whole lot later. Hello, Nightmare, how you doing? Good to see you again. Alright, there we go. That should be good now. And if you wanted to see an example of the whole, like, them picking up Olimar when he's sleeping, watch, let me just show So yeah, they do that. Yeah, you can just fall asleep. And they pick up Olimar. Good, just woke up. Yeah. I woke up a little while ago too, but that wasn't the reason why we were late this time. The reason why we were late this time is because my computer likes to do updates at the most inconvenient times. So anyway, look, off in the distance, wild Pikmin. Can you see them, Captain Olimar? They are yellow Pikmin. You encountered them when you crashed on this planet, correct? It would be most helpful if they remember you like the red ones did. Yes, most helpful. Perfect. I really hope the beady Longlegs isn't here today. Okay, he's not. I forgot which days he actually shows up, but... I so look forward to Pikmin 4. Oh my gosh, yeah, me too. That's like my #1 thing right now. Like on as you might have remembered from the Splatoon stream, Pikmin 4 and Animal Crossing are like up there, right next to each other. And in case you didn't remember from the Pikmin 1 stream, which was forever ago, this place is actually the distant spring from the first game. So I just brought back another region there. I always hated doing this. Okay, yeah, I forgot. Man. I hate snitch bugs so much. Or ports to all Pikmin games, yeah. Yep, that would be... That's the hope. Alright, here we go. I'm just gonna swarm them. Whew. Okay, good. Oh, that's right. That's poison. I was literally about to send them on that. Man, I haven't played this in a little while. But I don't know if I've already said this on stream or not, but I actually replay these games annually, so I really should have known that. Oh, come on, you stupid... I hate snitch bugs, man. Snitch bugs are the worst. Oh man, gamepad's gonna die soon. Well, you might have to hear feedback soon, because I prefer to hear the sounds in the game. But that's okay. It's never really that bad. Looks like it, Nightmare. Stream reads are more people, but at least you're the only one in chat. Oh, nice. That's real nice. I don't know if you can hear that, but outside there's, I think it's a leaf blower guy. Man. Yeah, that's lovely. I don't even know if that's a leaf blower. That sounds more like a lawnmower or something. Absolutely sick of those things, man. I hate hearing that sound. Okay. So, just like in the Awakening Wood, how there was red berries, there are purple berries in this place. And the purple berries are great because they give you bitter juice. And the bitter juice, instead of turning the Pikmin Super Saiyan like the other kind of juice, the bitter juice freezes opponent, well, actually petrifies opponents. So any enemies that you have will be immediately turned to stone, so that you can just hack away at them. Man, stupid sheer grubs. Cut it out, would you? Well, it looks like Lawnmower Man decided to stop doing what he was doing. Either that or take it further away from me. Come on, you bunch of jerks. Stop it. Cut it out. Ultra bitter spray. Alright. Once I get the ability to use blue Pikmin, I'm gonna show you a really weird enemy. Because this enemy is bizarre. I've always loved this enemy, but is really weird. You've probably seen it already. I don't give you guys the benefit of the doubt, but I'm assuming that most of the stuff you guys aren't familiar with, so I'm just going to make that assumption. Just because most people whom I've showed Pikmin to haven't actually seen any of it. I mean, they've seen bits and pieces. They know what Pikmin look like and stuff like that, but they haven't actually seen the game. So, anyway, I'm assuming you haven't seen this guy. He's really weird. He comes back in the third game, so if you played the third game, you'll probably recognize him. Well, I guess in the meantime, you guys can take this guy. What? What are my Pikmin doing? What are they doing? What are you guys doing? You're supposed to pick him up. What are you doing? What are they doing? Why can't... What's going on? There we go. What was happening there? My goodness, that was very weird. Yeah, what are you doing? That was weird. And if you guys have any questions about the game, because you haven't seen enough of it to understand something or what have you, I am your guy, because I'd like to consider myself having kind of an expert. So, I mean, I'm just saying. It's not super serious or anything. So that tells you how much time you have. What are you referring to? If you're referring to the sundial at the top, or not the sundial, but just the sun meter at the top, yes. If you're referring to the number above the carcass, that was how many Pikmin I needed to pick it up. If you're referring to the gate, I don't know. I don't know what you're referring to. Short answer, yes. Probably. Yay! We've reached the yellow Pikmin. I was afraid I wasn't going to do that. Oh yeah. Oh, the sun thing? Yeah. Yeah, that's the day cycle meter. So when that hits the end, that's the end of the day, and you gotta have everybody ready. The yellow Pikmin have climbed down the tree and are staring in this direction. They appear to like high places and seem to be quite light. They also have very large ears. If I had named them, they would be called ear Pikmin, but I will use the name Olimar gave them. Curious, my static electricity sensors are reacting violently. What could this mean? Yeah, if you don't have everything in order by the time that the sun meter goes down, the day ends, and if there's any Pikmin outside of safe zones, which is by Olimar's ship, they will die overnight, because the night creatures will have gotten a hold of them, and it will be very sad, because you will have to watch them get eaten, which is never fun. Where are you guys going? This is not... Oh! Wait. I completely... I was like, oh yeah, their onion is back over with Olimar's ship, but that's not true. Their onion's like right here. Okay, never mind. Man, I can't wait till I get this, but there's actually an upgrade later on where you can just whistle the Pikmin out of the ground instead of just plucking them. So you no longer have to manually pull them out of the ground anymore. You can just, like, straight up... I should have just called them all on it. I didn't understand why I did that. But, yeah, there's a whistle where if I did this, all the Pikmin would just be unplucked. Just amazing. So good. Alright, just get in your onion, you guys. You have no time. Let me see if the red Pikmin can be plucked now, because I waited a little while. I was hoping they didn't wait too long. Because if you wait too long and leave them in the ground... Well, I'll start with this. When you leave Pikmin in the ground, you can actually level them up to buds and then flowers if you leave them in the ground. But if you wait too long, they could just revert back to leaves again, so... Oh, cool. Okay. Let's see if I can do this quickly. Come on. Pluck your hearts out, you guys. Come on. Come on. Perfect. Nice. Alright, we are ready. Olimo. Look at these frogs. Look at these frogs. Relax. Olimar, terrible news. I thought I went to Happy Hocketed Savings and Loan, but it seems my loan came from the shop next door. All-devouring black hole loan sharks. Oops. And The sad tale of the president continues. I love hearing his stories. They're hilarious. Because that whole, like, loan shark story actually continues. Okay. Fiery bullblacks. Bodily excretions of a highly flammable waxy substance interact with the cell structure of this grub dog's skin, causing a chemical reaction that produces extremely high temperatures. The skin benefits from a spongy cell structure that diffuses the surface heat, protecting the creature's inner organs. Due to the astonishing amount of heat produced by this beast, it should be observed with great caution. Shearwig. Unusual, oh, by the way, Mandiblard family, you gotta keep that in mind. Unusual for their genus, flying mandiblards have retained their wings. However, only the adult males of this species can fly. Females of this species spend most of their lifespan underground. They do emerge for a period after maturation to spawn, but never metamorphose. Ravenous Whiskapillar. As this species of insect has only recently been discovered, fully mature specimens have yet to be collected. No molting or metamorphosis has been observed during the observation period, making it unlikely that mature Whiskerpillars will be encountered anytime soon. Based on active predation by Pikmin, it is believed that the Whiskerpillar's place in the food chain has not changed over time. Yellow Wallywog, the Amphituber family. This magnificent specimen has the brightest gold coloration and the greatest number of lateral spots of any member in the Amphituber family. This species seems to have lost some swimming proficiency with the evolutionary adaptation that granted it greater jumping ability. The Amphituber inhabits aquatic shallows and shows an instinctive drive to jump upon and squash smaller creatures. Swooping Snitchbug, the Scarpanid family. The Scarpanids originally lived on the ground, sporting poorly developed vestigial wings. This species developed enlarged antennae that can be used as makeshift wings. Scarpanids are attracted by the sight of large groups of Pikmin in cavalry formation and will swoop down to seize them. However, Scarpanids do not eat Pikmin, and they will drop any seized Pikmin after a short time. The reason for this behavior is unknown, but I look forward to future research in the area. I don't. I hate those things. Seeding dandelion. It is believed that this plant produces tufted seeds with a parachute-like arm, which allows the seeds to ride gently on the wind. This increases the distribution range of the plant considerably. So yeah, just straight up flora lesson there. I don't know why they bothered giving a Piclopedia entry to actually real-world plants. The whole point of the Piclopedia is to, like, give information about, like, the fake stuff that's not actually real. So they have, like, dandelions. It's just like, yeah. Okay. That's neat. What do you think of the leaks that have been coming out? Well, be specific, because I know that I've talked at length about the Pokemon leak, and, you know, I don't mind it. I know Ridley was kind of a little bit, like, disappointed about maybe the idea, or I don't know if I should say disappointed, but in the sense of just, like, I don't know, he was not looking forward to a game that it was only Gen 1 Pokemon. But I've never really been that much into it. I've never been, like, the only generation I remember is 1. So it's not actually that big of a deal for me. I don't know. Like, it's always nice to have more in your game. Like, always nice to have more in your game. So I'm not about to say here that less Pokemon and less content is actually better, because that's just objectively wrong. If you have more Pokemon, i.e. more content in the game, yeah, that's great. Like, just on a game standard, that's great. But just from the perspective that I'm coming from, I'm not necessarily sad about it or, like, upset that, you know, there's less Pokemon. If the game is amazing and it does its job well, maybe I could actually finally collect every single Pokemon, because I've never done that before. I feel like when they add more and more and more and more Pokemon, the challenge becomes more daunting with every single game, and I'm more discouraged to actually collect them all. over here at Sarcasmus, we're all about contrarian opinions, and that's just one that I have, is I actually don't really mind the whole Gen 1 only thing. If that's true, I wouldn't mind. If it's not true, then okay, sure. I'll take that too. I'll take a new Pokemon game on the Switch if it's good. I mean, come on. It's Pokemon on the Switch, I'll take it. So, not really too picky there. I know some people would prefer otherwise, but I'm just generally not very. Maybe it's just because I don't have that association with the games. But about Nintendo's E3, I mean, I'm open to leaks. I actually haven't. I usually am skeptical but open. Like that's usually my stance on stuff like that. Is like if it sounds plausible, then I'm open to the idea, but I'm also skeptical in the sense that if something sounds too good to be true, then chances are it's not real. So I try not to get my hopes up, but why don't you enlighten me actually, because I don't think I've actually heard any leaks about E3 yet. So that'd be a fun conversation to have. What leaks have you heard about, Nightmare? Hello, Jaroba. Good to see you again, my friend. I believe the last time I saw you was in the last Pikmin stream, so good to have you back. Should I wait? I should wait. I'll wait. Alright, you know what? You just wait here. I'm gonna go and do stuff. My sensors are giving out foreboding signals. These signals could very well mean that this hole is filled with wretched, nasty bugs. Vicious program-terminating bugs. Citadel of spiders. Okay. Makes sense. WTF is this game? I can't understand. This game is Pikmin 2. Right now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to propagate my yellow Pikmin. My yellow Pikmin, I just discovered them. You discover different colors of Pikmin throughout the game. And different colors of Pikmin give you different sort of... They all have their own special sort of thing. So the red Pikmin are resistant to fire, and they're also the strongest, so they do the most damage. The yellow Pikmin, they jump very, very high, but they do relatively little damage. They're also immune to electricity. Blue Pikmin can swim in water, whereas all the other Pikmin types drown in water. They're also, I believe, the weakest type of Pikmin, though. The white Pikmin can dig treasures out of the ground, and they're also the fastest type of Pikmin, and also, when they're eaten, they poison enemies. And the purple Pikmin are very heavy. They do the most damage out of any Pikmin in the game, and they technically, if they're trying to lift an object, they count as 10 Pikmin, so they have the strength of 10 Pikmin. I think that... Oh, and they can stun enemies if you throw them on an enemy's head. Oh, it's like Overlord. Yes. Yeah, that's... Yes. It is. It is like Overlord. I was going to say, like, no, that's a terrible comparison. But, yeah, that's an actually kind of accurate comparison, yeah. Especially with, like, color schemes and stuff. But Pikmin came first, remember that. I think Overlord actually, the makers behind that actually said something directly about how they took inspiration from Pikmin. Don't quote me on that, because I'm pretty sure that I could be wrong in that regard, but I remember something along those lines. So the goal is that you're playing as Olimar, Captain Olimar, and he's a captain of the SS Dolphin. In this game, I don't think that's what the name of the ship is. I think it's just called the ship in Pikmin 2. But that's a spaceship. He's a space explorer, basically. Well, he's... Okay, so his thing is that when he started out, he was basically Space UPS. I think that's what we talked about last stream. Is that, Olimar's job is basically a space fright person, so he's essentially, as I said, just space UPS. In this game, the company that he works for is going out of business. Or at least their finances are really, really crappy right now. And because, after the events of Pikmin 1, Olimar came back to his home planet, and he was like, oh, hey, look, I brought a souvenir from the Pikmin planet. His boss actually took that souvenir, and it turned out to be an incredibly valuable souvenir, which was just actually a bottle cap, which bottle caps are from Earth, and so the Pikmin planet is assumed to be post-apocalyptic Earth. So the souvenir Olimar brought back was a bottle cap, and it turned out to be incredibly expensive in their alien world. And so the president, essentially, the whole goal of Pikmin 2 is that the president of his company sends him back to Earth, or the Pikmin planet, to get more treasures, i.e. random things like this. So this is a bottle opener, and as you can see, its value is 50 coins, or pokos. So the whole point is to collect Earth treasures to basically get your company out of the hole, out of a financial deficit that they're going through right now. So that is the whole... That's the whole premise. Along the way, though, Olimar is incredibly smart at naming things. So there's creatures and enemies that you'll face that make it particularly dangerous to proceed. And Olimar has notes and biological writings about all of that. It's pretty interesting stuff, actually. Olimar doesn't look like the sharpest tool in the shed, but he's actually very, very smart, as they like to portray. Louis is kind of on the offside. He's kind of an oddball, but as far as Olimar is concerned, his notes are actually pretty insightful and really interesting. And in case you didn't know who Louis is, he's the blue character and Olimar's the red character. Louis is just his co-worker at work. That's it. Louis is literally he just works with Olimar. I don't know if Louis was a character, like, I don't know if he was working for Olimar's company in Pikmin 1, but we just see him in Pikmin 2, or if he was like a new hire in Pikmin 2. I actually forgot if that was the thing. So this is a tomato, as you can see, and so this also counts as treasure. So whatever really is like an Earth thing that you could like just find that counts as a treasure, and it names it really funny things. Hi, PR. How's it going? Love Nugget. Wonderful. Did you see my message? No, I didn't actually. If you sent me a message on Twitter, I've taken a very temporary hiatus on Twitter. I haven't been checking it as of recently, so I haven't seen it there. If you sent it on YouTube, I still haven't seen it there. I guess I've just been neglecting that. I know you don't have to do this, I just OCD, I guess. I'll leave. I'll just go down. So this is not always what you're going to be doing in Pikmin. Most of the time, well, not most of the time, I should say. That's incorrect. But half the time you're outside, so out in the world, right? So you're above ground, and sometimes you go into these pits, which are kind of like ant holes. They're like ant labyrinths or whatever, and you collect treasure in them, which is just basically buried treasure. I got yellow Pikmin? Yes. What is this place? It's the Citadel of Spiders. It's within the Perplexing Pool, so it's just it's a pit that you can access from the main world. So every world in Pikmin serves as kind of a hub world to smaller, tinier worlds, which are these sub-levels that I'm going through. Get out of there, get out of there. Whew, okay. I think in my playthrough, I've so far only lost a single Pikmin. Or maybe not, actually. Maybe I've lost more than that by now. I think I've actually lost maybe like 2 now, because yesterday... In-game yesterday, I think I lost one. Lost a couple, probably, to those sheer wigs. There we go. That's how you handle Wollywogs. No! I hate Dweevils so much. Okay, so these guys, these are Dweevils. What they do... You'll learn about this in Olimar's notes, but what they do is they actually pick up stuff and they wear it as a hat, because they think if they put it on their head, they're mimicking it. So the Dweevils, if they find something on the ground, they'll generally put it on their head and think, I am now this thing. I am Bottle Cap. So they're kind of adorable in that sense, but they're also very, very dangerous. Because they have very powerful attacks. And not only that, but they're really annoying because they're in constant motion, like, all the time. Okay, you see that? Basically just went Inferno mode. Royal Crown Cola. Creative inspiration. That's funny. There, you jerk. Take him down. There we go. There's a game of Pikmin on 3DS, right? Actually, Nightmare, there is. Yes, it's called Hey Pikmin. Yeah, there's a Pikmin game on the 3DS. It's called Hey Pikmin. If you want to get into Pikmin, though, I do not recommend you play that one. I recommend you either play 1, 2, or 3, which are the main game titles. Those are the mainline games. Hey Pikmin is a side game. I will not go into describing why Hey Pikmin is not a good starter to the franchise. If you want to know my whole reason why you should not play Hey Pikmin first, watch the first Pikmin 2 stream that happened last week, and I basically talk about that for an hour. So yeah, just a word of advice. If you're interested in Pikmin, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you play first, second, or third game. It doesn't really matter in what order you play them in, though I will say this. If you do end up playing them in order, you will enjoy them a little bit more, I think. I feel like maximum enjoyment comes out of playing Pikmin 1 first, then Pikmin 2, and then Pikmin 3. Though it's not necessary to play them in order to understand them. Oh. Sorry, Nightmare. I didn't get your joke. Sorry. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell humor on text. So sorry. I didn't actually catch your joke there. Apologize for ruining it. But yeah, it's best that we pretend that one doesn't exist. So this is the reason why you need yellow Pikmin. Now I'm gonna, okay, just for the sake of presentation and showmanship, I'm going to show you why you should not use any other, and this is for those of you that would be interested to play Pikmin 2 for yourselves eventually. Okay, this is just a word of warning. Okay, this guy's name is what's this guy's name? This would be Colonel Jones. Okay, so Colonel Jones is going to help us demonstrate why you do not bring any other color Pikmin to a lightning fight. Okay, because this is why. Let's see if I can find a good example of this. Here we go. That's why. God rest the soul of Colonel Jones. He was brave, but in the interest of showmanship, I had to perform a very terrible experiment, just for demonstration purposes. Hello, TMS Nation. How are you doing, my friend? Unless you're doing a speed run, unless you're a speed runner, because those boys just don't give a Jones. Huh. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, so my gamepad just died, so now I'm relying on the TV to give me sound. So, apologies. But that's how it's going to be. So if you hear some feedback in the background, sorry. Oh, don't give a Jones. Yeah, yeah. If you're trying to speedrun this game, these beetles actually don't aggro you like at all. So it's actually perfectly safe to just ignore them. The only trouble that they pose is that, as you can see, if there's two of them present, then oh my gosh, I hate snitch bugs so much. I hate snitch bugs. I hate snitch bugs so gosh darn much. I hate them. 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 Die, you ugly bastard. No! Uh-oh. Okay. Ooh, I was afraid for a second there. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if these beetles, if this beetle has a partner, as you can notice, they create these gates of lightning, which are very dangerous. So you could accidentally walk into that. Doggo! There is a doggo right outside my apartment building, so excuse the doggo sounds. Give me a second, I'm gonna read chat. Hi, Ridley. Oh, I know. Okay, yeah. So TMS made a good point. At least the snitch bugs can't grab both the captain and the Pikmin in this game. You know, that is a very good point, because in Pikmin 3, the snitch bugs can actually grab both captains and Pikmin. They can't grab captains in this game, they only grab Pikmin. But let me just tell you, that doesn't mean there's not a type of snitch bug in this game that can't pick up captains. So... so... the captains are not completely safe in this game, but I'll just leave it at that. You'll see that when it comes up. Loudborg. Actually, I'll pick something. You don't all need to be working on that. That's ridiculous. Oh, dang it! Get over here! Big fatty? Big jerk? Get over here! Get over here! Jerk. I'm gonna kill you. Also, I'm not sure if I remember correctly, but I think purples just being thrown around the beetles flips them. Yeah, I do remember that. I think you might be right about that one. Ah, shoot! I forgot to bring white Pikmin with me. Shoot. So as you can see, if I go over this area right here, my meter just goes insane, and that's because white Pikmin can dig up underground buried treasure, and I don't have any, so dang it. In Pikmin 3, they actually gave... what was that? I think they gave... did they give yellow Pikmin that ability too? I thought in Pikmin 3 they like, for some reason I remember the yellow Pikmin actually were given the digging ability in Pikmin 3. Which is like, why? That was exclusive to the whites. Don't do that. I don't know if I like that. Maybe it makes sense if I think about it, like, just like, I don't know, the Pikmin would learn skills from each other. I guess that makes sense, but I don't know, like, from a gameplay standpoint, it just kind of frustrates me, because it's like, well, that was the whole point of the white Pikmin. Like, that was, I mean, not the whole point. They're also poisonous, and they're also the fastest type of Pikmin too, but I don't know, it's just a little like, man. Okay, when you say captains plural, do you just mean Olimar and Alf, or are there other playable characters? When I say captains, I mean any character that you can play as that is not a Pikmin. So, for example, if I switch to Louis technically also counts as a captain. He's technically not, like, his title isn't a captain. Like, he's not Captain Louis as far as I know. Olimar's the captain. But when I say captains just in a gameplay sense, I'm referring to, oh wow, what a troll. What a troll. You like that, guys? Yeah, this game likes to hurt your feelings a little bit. Anyway, yeah, so from a gameplay standpoint, whenever I say captain, I'm referring to just the playable non-Pikmin characters. Non-Pikmin characters. NPC. That's funny. Can you go back? No. Well, yes, but no. So, yes, if there was a geyser, I could actually go back up the hole and then come back immediately. But there wasn't a geyser on that level, so I couldn't. And not only that, but it's just kind of like I would have to restart from the beginning, basically. So I'm probably gonna have to just come back to this hole once I'm finished with it. And that's how I'll get that treasure back. You can, obviously, okay, if your question was, can you return to these holes after you've beaten them? Yes. Yes, you can return, you can come back to the holes after you've beaten them. But it's just annoying to have to go back to a hole. Oh. So these guys are called, water dumples. I hate them. Not only because they eat Pikmin, like, at the speed of freaking sound, but because, unlike all the other enemies in the game, well, most of the other enemies in the game, they can't be instantly killed by throwing, Pikmin on their backs. You have to, like, really work at them. Hey, don't go back in that hole of yours. There we go. And these guys are just straight up hermit crabs. They're not called hermit crabs. I forgot what their name was, actually. I'm kind of upset that I don't remember what their name was. Man. If one of you remembers, TMS Nation, you seem like you know a little bit about Pikmin. Maybe you can remind me, but I forgot what these guys' names are. Maybe they're, it's at the tip of my tongue, but their name escapes me. I think they're like... I remember the boss one is called, like, it's like Crawdad or something. Or maybe I'm thinking of Pikmin 3. Anyway. In 3, all Pikmin can dig yellow or better at it. Also, everyone can pick up bombs. Oh, that's right. All the Pikmin can dig, but it's just the yellow ones that are especially good at it. That's right. Yeah, and then the bomb thing... Like, all Pikmin can carry bombs now, apparently? I didn't understand, like, why they did that. I mean, like, that was cool, because in Pikmin 1, the yellows were... Those were the... if you guys remember from the Pikmin 1 stream, yellows were the only ones that could pick up bombs. I don't know why they changed that. Are you in agreement of that, TMS, or are you kind of in opposition? Because I don't know. I don't know what to feel about that. Like, changing how Pikmin work. Like, if you could change, like, what they can do, then, like, you know, what's the point, I guess? I don't know. Are they called Hermit Crawdads? I think that rings a bell. Captains is in reference to guiding the Pikmin, not flight ranking. Yes. What about a roguelike style extra mode in the next Pikmin? Like the caves here, but with more randomness scenery. Oh, yeah. That would be so cool. If they had, like, a roguelike Pikmin mode. Oh, that would be so cool. I would love that. Man, I want them to bring back the cave system just in general. I loved that in this game. Like, this is one of my favorite things to do. Not only because it's just darn fun just to go through these levels, but because there's no time limit. There's no time, like, in here, like, the day pauses, so you can take as much time as you need and just kind of focus on the difficulty of it. Yeah. I really hope we get ports of these two Pikmin games. Sorry, 3 now. Yeah, man. You have no idea. I really, really want ports of the first 3 games. If they just port them, I'd be happy with that. But if they decided to remaster the first 2 and make them kind of look like the 3rd game, that would be super cool too. I don't know what kind of changes they would make, but it would just be really cool. Is there nothing else over here? Oh, there was that. Okay. Is that a watch? I don't know. Let's see. Oh no, it's a just for you, PR. Look at that little guy. Time capsule. It's a locket. That's what it is. guess those Pikmin are just there. I wonder if that's one of the developers' dogs. Yeah. I wouldn't doubt it. They like throwing in little Easter eggs like that. Alright, here we go. Okay, I gotta be Olimar, though. Hey, 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 hey! Come over here. Got some Super Saiyan spray. Am I going to the center of the world? Yes. Unironically, no. But, yes. I'm wondering if there's another treasure I could look at over here. Oh, it's probably up here. Yep, you know it. I like how some of the hands in Mario Maker are Miyamoto's cats and dog. I mean, from a gameplay standard, giving the Pikmin shared abilities is good design in theory, letting you do more with less, but at the same time, there aren't enough Pikmin types for you to ever really be like, oh no, I can't bring this type because I need this mandatory ability that they don't have. All good points. All good points. I think I agree with you from a gameplay perspective, but what I'm more concerned about, and you'll learn this about me as I continue to play games like this that I'm very interested in, like lore and stuff, is just the fact that continuity kind of bugs me sometimes. When continuity is broken, it breaks immersion, and immersion is quite important to kind of how a game feels. And so when that's broken, I do take that a little bit seriously. Perhaps too seriously, but I do, that is something I mind very much, when that's just kind of ignored or retconned in some way. Now, say if there were like 20 Pikmin types, then yeah, only having 100 at once. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Alright. Are you guys ready for this? You see that on the ground? That's a shadow. That is the shadow of a web. I like it. This always freaks me the hell out. I don't like it. It makes me jump. Alright, let's do it. Ah! Alright, let's just go Super Saiyan. Uh-oh. I almost killed some Pikmin there. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Go down, go down, go down, go down, go down, go down. Oh, that was a lot of Pikmin that just died. Whew. Alright. So I basically just unlocked challenge mode. That's all I did. Which I already unlocked challenge mode, so that's not really an issue. Well, yeah, but the Pikmin learn to throw themselves in too from Olimar, so what about learning to use their hands to hold things? Or to dig things? Watch Pikmin 4, all the Pikmin will have gills and breathe underwater. Oh, I hope not. I really hope not. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. Cause then blue Pikmin are 100% obsolete at that point. My whole thing is when they render a Pikmin type obsolete by basically giving it the same exact abilities as another type of Pikmin. When you find that rare series that actually dives into its story, you want to hold on to that thing at all costs. Yeah, that's kind of my thing. Is just like, if they change certain things about it, it's kind of like, I don't know. It degrades what they had going for them. Like it's a very special thing to see a game take their lore so seriously. So when that sort of thing is just kind of like, well, it's our story, so we can really do whatever we want with it. It's like, well, that is very true. You could go a lot of directions with stories. They're very malleable in that way. But that doesn't mean that you don't have a solid lore that you keep to. Because, you know, if everything is changeable, then what's the story? You know, what's the point of all these notes and all these things if you could just change them? I'm gonna go right now. I need to sleep a bit. Too tired. I like watching your stream lately. See you soon. We'll see you later, Garoba. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it, man. What I want to know is when are they gonna have human bosses in these games? Yeah. I used to forge playground mids when I was a kid. I don't know if you guys know what that means. But when I refer to playground mids, I'm talking about like how some of them were true, some of them were false. So for example, an example of a false playground myth would be you can play as Luigi in Super Mario 64 if you run around the fountain 270 some times. And then pause the game and then do whatever the heck. But that would be a false playground myth. A true playground myth would be, for example, the magic whistles in Super Mario Bros. 3 or the white block from Super Mario Bros. 3. Stuff like that. That gets just kind of word of mouth dispersed from just among kids. Sonic and Tails and Melee. But stuff like that. Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez. I hate these guys. These guys are weird. These guys are weird. Okay. Anyway. So yeah, you guys are familiar with playground myths. I used to disperse. What was he doing? That was interesting. I used to disperse false playground myths when I was a kid. I was kind of notorious for doing that. One of the playground myths I actually made up concerning Pikmin was that there were human bosses in Pikmin. That actually, if you waited in a certain area long enough, it was actually in Pikmin 1. I talked about how if you wait at the edge of the cliff in the Forest Navel, where you get that gemstone where you have to basically bring all 3 types of Pikmin up to this place, and you have to use yellow Pikmin to reach this really high gemstone. I made up this myth where if you find a way to get up there, like if you find a way to get Olimar up there, and wait there long enough. Oh man, I should have brought all yellow Pikmin. That was stupid. And you wait there long enough, a human boss will actually come out of the chasm and start attacking you. So, yeah, I've been wanting sort of like a human kind of encounter in Pikmin for as long as I could remember. So much so that I actually falsified little kind of playground myths about that concept. Pikmin 4 final boss, Queen Elizabeth, because she's never gonna die. That's funny. Don't look directly at the bugs, you guys. It's the #1 rule of gaming, don't look directly at the bugs. Especially if it's a game you like. An idea I always had was a Pikmin type like the Bulbmin before they combined. Having them be eaten turns what ate them into something you can control. Yeah, I actually had a very similar idea too. I'm assuming you're talking about the parasitic Pikmin that's described in the Piklopedia. Yes. Yeah. Definitely. I also had kind of an idea of just like, what if we actually saw this parasitic kind of Pikmin just in its purest form, in its like base form? I think that would be awesome. This place looks familiar, doesn't it, Sarks? Yeah. I actually said earlier in the stream that this is very obviously a remade, sort of evolved version of the Distant Spring from Pikmin 1, just as much as the Awakening Wood is an evolved version of the Forest of Hope in Pikmin 1. As a matter of fact, Olimar, I read a Piklopedia entry that said that the Awakening Wood was indeed the same forest from the first game. But what I find kind of interesting, and maybe you can shed some light on this, TMS, is Olimar kind of referenced how weird it was that the Forest of Hope underwent massive evolution during the short time that he was away. It like he even says, like it boggles his mind at how the Forest of Hope underwent so like drastic evolutionary change over such a short time span. Like, how did it change so rapidly? And my only thing is that time works differently when you're doing space travel. And we know that in the first scene of Pikmin 2, Olimar actually sort of does like a time warp of some sort. Or not like a time warp, excuse that language. It was just kind of like one of those like space jumps. You know what I'm referring to? Is kind of like it was like a space jump. When he comes from Hakatate, the ship sort of like jumps. One of those like light speed jumps or something like that. And I was thinking that might explain away like time working very differently. But in any case. I just took a call from my lone agent. He has the scariest voice I've ever heard. While you two are dawdling about, my life hangs by a thread. Get to work, slackers! Alright, so let's take a quick peek at the Piklopedia, as per usual. Water Dumple. They're actually part of the Grub Dog family, which, if you guys don't remember what the Grub Dog family is, looking at the Bulborbs, they're also part of the Grub Dog family. So actually, Water Dumples are part of that same family. Resident of freshwater pools and marshes, this aquatic creature regularly feeds on insects that land on the surface of the water. It shares a nearly identical skeletal structure with its close relative and terrestrial cousin, the Bulborb. This may offer clues to its evolutionary origin and suggests that it only recently emigrated to an aquatic habitat. Nuclear weather. In Pikmin 1, Olimar has a part that's a radiation meter that's going insane. Wow, that is a very, very good theory. I mean, look at the map here. There's frozen forest right next to forest in fall and spring. Yeah, good point, good point. Wow, I hadn't considered that. Yeah, excellent point. Anode beetle, scarab beetle family. This specimen is representative of an insect hybrid that uses electricity in addition to glycogen for its energy. Although difficult to confirm due to their microscopic size, tiny hairs on the creature's legs cause the friction that generates the electrical charge. The electrical charge is processed by the creature's internal machina battery structure and then stored as a Deus electrifical field. I'm pretty sure that's just science mumbo-jumbo, but interesting nonetheless, I guess. As this field reaches critical levels, surplus electricity is emitted, resulting in a low-voltage current that is transmitted between specimens. It can shock other creatures in the immediate vicinity. Considering this process, it can be surmised that the largest impetus to pack behavior is not so much for synergic effect of producing as a pack as it is to take advantage of this most effective means of group preservation. My gosh. He's so verbose. Hermit Crawmad. I was this close. It was Hermit Crawmad, not Crawdad. Crawmad family. I think the boss version is called the Crawdad. Looking at the eyes and sickle-shaped legs characteristic of squillas, one would think this is a squilla relative. In fact, it is a relative of the hermit crab. This species, however, has migrated from seaside life in a shell and instead inhabits burrows in the ground. While its legs appear sickle-like, they are pincers that have evolved into a fin shape. This beast feeds on small creatures that pass by its lair, dragging them inside to eat them. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Fiery Dweevil. Dweevil family. Members of the Dweevil family are known for carrying objects of astounding size on their backs, then mimicking them. The fiery Dweevil is one species in this family. Generally, this is a very gentle insect that feeds on grass nectars, but when faced with danger, the fiery Dweevil ignites flammable internal gases, juts out its jaw, and spews scorching flames. As this clearly makes it a rather dangerous insect, it is best not to linger directly in front of it. Skitterleaf. The skitterleaf is a relative of the pond skater that shed its wings and adapted to life on the ground. With no residual traits of its airborne past, the skitterleaf can neither fly nor skit across the surface of the water. The wings have since evolved into the leaf-like structure on its back, which serves to hide the skitterleaf through mimicry. It appears quite effective, as few predators see through this clever disguise. And a shoot. This is a young shoot of some kind, but what kind of tree species does it belong to? What shape will it take when it matures and grows to full height? Unfortunately, we are only able to obtain information from our portable scanners on a select few of the countless number of species we've encountered. But even if our expedition yields only brief observations on the life we encounter, it will still provide a better understanding of this bizarre planet. He writes like a paragraph for just a shoot! And then we have the beady longlegs. Okay, the Arachnorb family. Although this creature is commonly associated with spiders, it is actually the result of a separate evolutionary line of insectoid creatures. Since the spherical body section supported by the creature's legs carries most of its internal organs, there appear to be no other features that would correspond to a head or abdomen. Ugh, that's weird. Let's see. Oh, there's also the treasure port. Maybe the space for biomes on this planet are much smaller, like when a few clouds are raining in an otherwise sunny day, but much more extreme. That is another possibility, yes. Just realized they got rid of all the Dweevils in 3. Oh, yeah, they have. Man, I wonder if taking down the Titan Dweevil had anything to do with that. If it was kind of like a sort of like last of its kind sort of thing. You know, okay, so, yo, I hate the brown leaves in 3. Bane of my existence there. Oh, man, yeah. The brown leaves, the brown skitter leaves in 3 are ruthless. Ruthless creatures. This item came from the personal treasure hoard of a massive Pikmin-devouring spider. The whole cave was crawling with all kinds of fearsome creatures. I decided to name that eerie cave the Citadel of Spiders. The ship can't stand bugs. Whenever I ask it to store a specimen for salvage, it threatens to stage a mutiny. This tasty red snack isn't quite a fruit, but doesn't seem like a vegetable either. I've analyzed it extensively, and it appears to be releasing stimulating pheromones. Maybe I should feed it to my wife. Oh, Olimar. King of Sweets. I've discovered a complex series of underground tunnels beneath a perplexing pool. It seems like I can't walk 10 steps without discovering something previously unheard of. Making new discoveries nourishes my explorer's spirit. As a reward for my latest scientific breakthrough, I think I'll eat this grand sweet. I'm back. What did I miss? Hi, Ninja. Welcome back. You didn't miss much. We'd just been reading the Piclopedia for a little bit, and I also finished that last pit. Impediment Scourge. Yellow Pikmin are infatuated with high places. They seem to love it when I toss them high in the air. Once I hurled them up to a high area and they came down with this treasure. Time capsule. This must be some kind of memorial capsule left by a lost civilization. It has left behind some image data, but I can't make any sense of it. I'm going to have to do some additional analysis. I'll document any exciting new developments in my log, along with pages and pages of meaningless doodles. You know, I'm curious about something. I don't know if I actually remember him saying anything about it. The creature's legs carries most of its internal organs. That's interesting. I wonder how he knows that. I don't... TMS, correct me if I'm wrong. Was it Pikmin 1's post-credits screen that said that the beady longlegs are impossible to study because they basically combust upon incision? Like, if he's trying to study them or try to dissect them, they basically... They just crumble, so they're almost impossible to study? Or is that in this game just for the Raging Longlegs? I forget if that was the entry for the Raging Longlegs or if that was Pikmin 1's post-credits description, or during credits description of the beady Longlegs. Because if Olimar in this game knows that the internal organs, most of the internal organs are located in the legs of the beady Longlegs, I'm wondering how he came upon that information. And it's a very small inconsistency, if so. It's very, very small. I mean, not only that, but there's probably multiple ways of figuring that out other than dissection. So it's probably not even an inconsistency as much as it is just kind of like we don't know how they explain this yet. Tomatoes are classified as fruits, which makes ketchup a jam? My God. I've never had much desire to climb the corporate ladder, but I'm beginning to think I should. Every year that my kids grow older, they get more expensive. Taking care of them is my most important duty. I should take lessons from the ship on how to be a high-pressure salesman. Then I'd rake in the cash. Well, I mean, Louis cooks them all up, so... Oh. That's true. That's true, I didn't consider that. Regal Diamond. The other day, my daughter begged me to get her some jewelry. She's becoming so fashion-conscious. I know girls grow up quickly, but I never imagined it would happen this fast. Paradoxical Enigma. I'm not just an intergalactic space captain. I'm also an artist. I see the inner beauty in everything. Some things other people call ugly and boring, I find it intellectually stimulating and aesthetically pleasing. It's true. I'm sophisticated like that. I love Olimar so much. He names a duckhead paradoxical enigma. Well, okay, technically the ship does, but it's kind of implied that Olimar had some hand in it here. That's hilarious. He does like to talk about his family, Nightmare. I think they went really overboard with that in Hey Pikmin, though. Like, it majorly diseased the Piclopedia in Hey Pikmin. Like, you know how there's a clear separation in 2 where if he's talking about something, if he's talking about treasure, he relates it somehow to his family or the president, sometimes. And in the Piclopedia, it's nothing but biological explanations of the creature's internal workings and such and such and such. In Hey Pikmin, like, enemy files, treasure files, didn't matter what it was, Olimar would be like, "My wife is a terrible lady." Meh. The president is such an annoying creature. Waxy secretions form this creature's distinctive armored shell. Is the long legs in one? Oh, so I'm probably thinking about the raging long legs then. That's probably what I'm thinking about. Patience tester. When I see a closed container, I cannot help myself. I feel like I must open it and see what's inside. But when opening it, it could lose its value. I guess I'll just have to use my imagination. Gherkin Gate. Staring at this symbol tantalizes my taste buds. I've never observed this before, but my sight and sense of taste appear to be connected. Perhaps this is some new kind of psychological advertising. I'll have to tell the ship about it. Vlasic. Well, that's the tastiest crunch I've ever heard. Creative inspiration. Fascinating. If I keep staring at this symbol, I know I'll come up with a brilliant idea for a new product. Alright. Let's go back. Also, Olimar's description of the Snapple bottle right there, that's me. Careful, YouTube will copyright strike you. No. They've already copyright striked me several times now for various things. Let's see. It's probably best to wait until I can get blue Pikmin. Well, actually, I can get blue Pikmin now. I could also do a little bit with the white Pikmin. You guys, stop. Shut it up. Ugh, I hate this stuff. Strike for what? Oh, the Vlasic. Zooming up on the Vlasic logo. YouTube will find any reason to give you a copyright strike. If you're playing a Nintendo game, chances are you'll get copyright striked. Also, in Pikmin 1, the Forest Navel was sort of in a permanent night. Are you referring back to what we were talking about, regional differences and such? Yeah, I always thought that the Forest Navel actually was just covered by a very thick canopy. I thought that's how Olimar described it. In Pikmin 1, as far as I remember, Olimar says something along the lines of, oh yeah, oh my gosh, these guys are infuriating. I've never seen that before. I don't know if you have ever seen that before, TMS, but I've never seen a wisp drop those creatures. Anyway, yeah, as far as I know, though, in Pikmin 1, Olimar describes there's a very thick canopy that actually basically shrouds the area in darkness. And the reason why it's called the Forest Navel is because there's like this opening. It's that's where his ship is. So, like, the only area that's lit in the Forest Navel by sunlight is actually the area where your ship and the onions are. And the rest of it is lit very dimly by glowing mushrooms, if I remember correctly. Oh, I don't remember that, sorry. Yeah, that's what I could be wrong, but that is what I remember. Yeah, that was weird. But it's an egg either way. Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess the game will count that as an egg. And that just happens randomly with eggs, I guess. Look there! Wild blue Pikmin are chasing prey near the water's edge. Perhaps by observing these wild specimens, we can understand more about their true nature. Ding! I apologize. I was momentarily entranced by them. Now, back to work. Oh! Messed up, dude. Yeah, lightning gates... When I first played Pikmin 2, lightning gates were a very scary thing to me, because I lost an entire fleet of Pikmin. Just by the fact alone that I walked next to it and the Pikmin brushed up against it and they were all instantly vaporized. I learned very quickly that I should not trifle with sources of electricity. Alright, this is taking too long. Excuse me. RIP headphone users. Oh, yeah, that's right. There's a treasure piece up there. I forgot about that completely. What are you guys gonna do? They'll just stay here, whatever. Jeez, could you guys take any longer? You're all flowers, and I had you Super Saiyan, and you're still working on this gate. For goodness sake. Oh, that was probably a really bad idea. Why does this game let you do that? That's... They could literally go extinct now. At last, you have encountered them. They seem to have gill-like ducts on their cheeks. They must be blue Pikmin like the other types. They'd look to you for the direction. I honestly was like, huh, what if I did that sooner? Like, what if I just did that? What if you... Oh, I've never tried that. Like, before you can actually access that area, like the first time you drop down in the Awakening Wood. I'm curious. Could you call them and just make them go extinct? I don't know. It's weird. You guys better hurry this up. Alright, never mind. I could just stop him, which is what I just did, but... Oh, for goodness sake, hurry it up. Alright guys, let's cut it out now. I always loved chasing these guys. I think a favorite pastime of mine in Pikmin 1 was chasing the wogpoles in the pond. I love doing that. Just as Olimar too, not bringing any Pikmin with me, but just as Olimar, trying to kill them. Yes, kill him. Kill him now. Oops. Kill him! He's just a tadpole. Kill him. This little bastard. He's not letting up. Get back over here, you jerk. I'll kill you with my own bare fists, which I just did. Jeez, man. I hate these guys so much. I know I could just wait a little bit longer. Get back here! I'll kill you! We never saw Shroomin again. Is that their official name, or is that just kind of like a community-made name? Yeah, I actually kind of wanted to see more expansion on the idea of Shroomin. Like actually having Pikmin enemies in the game, like having just already, like having Shroomin like already. As opposed to having your Pikmin get turned into Shroomin, what if you went into an underground layer where there were already Shroomin just there ready to attack you? And maybe you could either choose to fight or to cleanse them. I don't know, I thought that'd be cool. Have I seen the Pikmin short movies? Yeah. Yeah, I've seen the Pikmin short movies, they're great. I love them. They are kind of my own, you know. This is me. I'm sorry, you guys. I must be like really annoying when it comes to this sort of thing. But my only complaint, if you could even call it a complaint, is that the Pikmin short movies are like really cutesy. Like they're really. And I'm not saying. And I think we already had this conversation in the first Pikmin 2 stream, but. I know Pikmin 2 just kind of, well, not just Pikmin 2, but Pikmin itself it lends itself to that, obviously, because it's cute. You know, there are cute things in Pikmin. I'm not going to get upset about that. And not only that, but it's Nintendo. It's like, whatever, you know? Don't be so adult particular about a kid's game, you know? And so, yeah, I concede to that completely. But at the same time, though, I felt like at least one of the short movies could have done something to, like, acknowledge Olimar's notes, or Olimar writing down something in his journal or something like that. I don't know. They could have done a little bit more on that front to, like, make sure that they solidify that Olimar is actually writing this stuff down. Like, I would have loved to see, like, a scene of Olimar, like, actually writing stuff down, like, in his journal, like, seeing something and then, like, deciding, oh man, I gotta write this down, and then putting it, just, like, to have that small acknowledgement would have been really cool, but I don't remember them doing that. Sarks, have you heard of a channel called Scruffy? He's done some good Pikmin, oh my gosh, dude. How do you exist, TMS? Because you and I seem to know both the same stuff. I thought I was the only guy in, like, all of the four corners of YouTube to know about Scruffy and his very diminutive fan base. Yes, I love Scruffy. Scruffy is just fantastic. His work is just very awesome. If you're as interested into Pikmin, and or perhaps just want to learn more about Pikmin, Scruffy's channel is just really good. Scruffy, if you haven't seen him already, he doesn't just do Pikmin stuff, but he is what you might call a Pikmin scholar. That guy is very good at... Oh no! Oh no. Oh shoot! Get out! Get out! Well, they were drowned and crushed. How pleasant. Yes, I love Scruffy. He's great. He also makes music, too. He has a very wide range of content on his channel, which is something I've always appreciated. I just made the same mistake twice. Okay, blue Pikmin. Blue Pikmin. Yeah. That's how you do it, baby. The blue Pikmin are the lifeguards. Alright, let's end this. Olimar murdering Pikmin and blending them up to eat? Yeah, that's some cute stuff. Hey, that was Pick Carrots! And you know that! You know this! But yeah, dude, I love Scruffy. Scruffy's awesome. Back to the shorts for a second. The idea of traversing an old machinery and taking it apart is a cool prospect, I think. Was it a crane? Yes, it was a crane. I loved that. That part was really cool. Like, if that presents new gameplay opportunities for Pikmin 4, I'd be so down for that. That's awesome. Hi, Papa. Mama heard you got a promotion, so now she's very happy. You have lots of people under you now, right? So does this mean you're a super captain? Aw. Yeah, Scruffy's great. I think my favorite video that he's done was the analysis of the models in Pikmin 3. Just the model analysis for, like, that was really awesome. And not only that, but well put together. Like, the production value in his videos are just, wow, really cool. Yeah, there was that. There was also that video that he did on the, it was sounds. Basically how Nintendo reuses sounds in their games, but that's evidenced in Pikmin. That one is talking about the Gatling Groink, actually. Yeah, the sound origin video, that where he talks about the Gatling Groink, and that one's awesome too. I love his Pikmin 3 model video. I like the video where he goes over like measuring the Gatling Groinks like sound waves or whatever. Like he goes into it, like he makes it shoot off of a cliff and see if it does like a loop, and he tries to recreate that sound, and it's just really, really neat stuff. He goes into detail of like a lot of really cool stuff, like quality stuff. Like even if you don't like Pikmin, you guys, seriously, even if you are like, well, I'm a fan of Pikmin, but I'm not like a super fan, so I don't particularly care in Pikmin content. His content just in general is really awesome. His Pikmin videos are fascinating. So do give him a try, please. Seriously, he's very, very good. I reckon he stopped posting recently, but his Pikmin videos are fascinating even if you don't like Pikmin, because they don't really go too much into lore. They kind of do sometimes, but they're mainly about like, talking about the models in Pikmin, like the 3D models they used, or talking about like sound experiments and stuff like that. They're fascinating. Also the Blowhog, yeah, that's also part of the sound video as well. I forgot what else. I mean, he did one on ARMS. Actually, TMS, if you've watched his ARMS video about like the history of like the music of ARMS, I'm actually going to be implementing some of his theories in his ARMS video in my ARMS video that I'm working on right now. Actually, it's an ARMS lore video. There was a new video 2 days ago. Yeah, I forgot what that was. But as far as I know, wasn't it like a live stream or something? I could be wrong. But anyway, yes, do check him out. He's awesome. Very, very cool YouTuber, and his content is just probably the most quality I've seen in any YouTube channel anywhere. But he's very small. Wogpole. The Amphituber family. The Wollywog spawns in early spring, laying its eggs on low-hanging tree branches and shrubs growing in or near lakes and ponds. Such unorthodox amphibious behavior is a defense mechanism, protecting the eggs from predation by blue Pikmin and water dumples. The Wollywog's wild hopping near the shoreline in early spring is thought to be a method of driving predators away from the Wogpole eggs. Oh, that's interesting. I actually forgot about that. Honeywisp. This floating life form drifts effortlessly on the winds. Upon death, its physical structure instantly collapses, and as this creature is particularly elusive and difficult to catch, no sample specimens have been acquired as of yet. If we could simply recover a live sample, research on this species would likely proceed more smoothly. I think that's it, actually, yeah. Decorative goo. With the assistance of blue Pikmin, we found a canister of paint today. I used it to give the ship a fresh coat of paint. But did it thank me? No. As a space pilot, I've always treated my ship like a trusted companion, even if it is a smart aleck. Yet that snobbish ship has the gall to complain about the color. There's no pleasing it. Forget this. I'm going to bed. Keep in mind, okay? Keep in mind. This is huge stuff right now. Leading theory behind why the SS Dolphin 2 in Hey Pikmin is colored blue is actually because of this Piclopedia entry. Which really just comes down to people trying to connect Hey Pikmin with the greater lore. Trying to do that is a meaningless endeavor, so I don't agree with any of that. But in any case. So, I don't know if you could tell what it says there, but it says Mario Paint. So, that's another neat little reference there. Wow, I remember finding him randomly at like 100 subs. Now he's past 10k. Yeah, I was there when he was at 80 subs. That's awesome. I'm glad he's growing. She's my favorite new fighter. Oh, you're talking about Lola Pop. Yeah, I love Lola Pop. She got some mixed reception from fans because they're like, she's stupid. She looks dumb. It's like, what does... I don't know. I don't know why every female character needs to look like a complete badass. Like, She's a fun character. She's adorable. The little things that she says is like really cute. I don't know. Like, yeah, she's a clown, but I don't know. People are just, I think, a little bit spoiled with really cool characters that every character needs to, you know, be this awesome sort of like, I don't know. Lola Pop's cool. I like her. I love her positivity. She's great. Let's see if I can actually get more treasure here, because I would like to do that. Okay. Sorry, my sensor bar is a little wonky right now, as you could probably tell. Sarks, goodness, are you racist against clowns? You know, I wanted to hide this fact about me for a really long time, but I guess now that it's on stream, I can't avoid it. Yes, I am a little bit racist against clowns. It's a personal thing. I don't want to talk about it too much. But if you insist in going over that subject, yes, I'll just confirm for the time being that, yeah, I'm a little racist against clowns. A little. So much for free clown jobs. Yeah, I know, right? I have no prospects now. I have to say, the Awakening Wood theme is probably my favorite theme in this game, right next to Perplexing. I think I said that last stream, but man, it's good. It is really good. Come on, hurry up, you fools. Hey. Let's not have them do that. Let's just have red Pikmin worry about that. I think there should be enough. Oh, I guess not. Okay. Yeah, because there's an electric gate over here that the yellow Pikmin really should be the ones worrying about. Man, this whole sensor bar business is really frustrating me. Like, it's going out like every 5 seconds. Oh my gosh, blue Pikmin. Leave. Please, I don't want you around. I don't like you. This is not something that's gonna happen right now. Alright. Also, is that a broken dish holding that water in? Ah, was it? I didn't look closely enough. 40% of debt recovered. I think PR asked last time, but I never responded to him. So is this game short now that you've already collected like 20% of it and I just started? Well, no. If I didn't respond to you, I'll respond now. But if I already responded, then I'm still gonna repeat myself. You see the cursor? Just how freaking insane it's going? Yeah, so after you collect 100% of the debt, something happens that extends the game even further. I won't spoil what that is, but yeah, something happens that increases the longevity of the game beyond just collecting 100% of the funds. Sarks is racist against blue Pikmin 2? Look, you guys, this is getting kind of controversial. I don't really want to talk about this. If you want If you want to approach me about these kinds of touchy topics, then maybe you should consider doing a better setting. Bull Black's missing from 3 is a strange choice, seeing as it was in all of the previous games. Yeah, I was just like, what? Why? Why did they not do that? Bull Black's is like, it's such an iconic villain. I don't know why they took Bull Black's out. That was a little strange. But I don't know if you knew this. Emperor Bull Black's 3D model was actually in Pikmin 3. Like, it's in the files, they just didn't use him in the game. Maybe they planned to make him DLC of some kind, but never got around to it. Pikmin 2 is the Mario 3 of the Pikmin series, so yeah, I'd say it's pretty long. Also, just how close the Bull Blacks is in the game files. Yeah, it sucks how for some reason that was a decision that was made. Let's not have Bull Blacks in our HD game. I don't know. I thought he would have fit in perfectly. Okay. Oh my gosh, I think I just left a bunch of yellow Pikmin up there. Okay, as far as I know, that hole up there actually requires that you bring all Pikmin types. So I'm going to do exactly that. I think I'm only going to bring 10 of these guys. Because, well, actually, never mind. No, I can't. Oops. Have you seen all the unused stuff in 3? Yeah, I have. I even saw, to my dismay... Where? There you guys are. To my dismay, I even saw that they had, Pikmin carrots. They had Pikmin carrots in the game files. They weren't textured correctly. I actually learned that in Scruffy's video. That they weren't actually textured correctly, but it implies that there might have there was supposed to originally be some updated form of Piclopedia in the 3rd game, because they found Pikmin carrots. It's like, what? Dang it, why didn't you do that? These guys, by the way, are incredibly dangerous. That's why I decided to do that. They wake up as you start throwing the Pikmin. Like, they don't need the Pikmin to touch them in order for them to detect you. They're very dangerous. I forgot, is this Bull Black's kingdom? Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Whew. That was kind of close. Okay. Yeah, one chomp really does a number for your Pikmin squad. God, I love this game so much. It's so good. Sorry, I'll say that a lot during these streams. This is a game I'm very passionate about. Yeah, that's why I asked. Because the song, I was like, I'm pretty sure this is Bull Black's Kingdom's theme song. The song is very iconic. It sounds like you're going through... It sounds like you're storming a castle, which is so cool. Because, well, PR, if you remember the final boss from the first game, it was Emperor Bull Black's, right? Well, perhaps it's referring to a different kind of bull blacks. I think this has probably this one has probably one of the most frightening boss intros of all time. I've always like been just kind of off-put by the boss intro in Bull Black's Kingdom. What about the eye attacking added in 3? What do you mean by that? I don't actually know what you're referring to there. Oh yeah, yeah. The Bull Blacks is the Emperor Bull Blacks in Pikmin 2 were nerfed hard. They were nerfed hard. Like, yeah, it was pretty embarrassing. Like, you'll see when we get to Emperor Bull Blacks, but yeah, TMS isn't lying. The Bull Blackses in 2 are kind of a joke. The Emperor Bull Blackses, I should say. Those specific Bull Blackses. It's so weird doing the C-stick thing with a Wii remote. I don't know if you've attempted to do that at some point, but yeah, it is a little strange. So, excuse if it looks really wonky. If I had an actual C-stick, I'm sure I'd do that flawlessly. Oh, just opinions on being able to stun things by attacking their eyes. In 3. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, so... yeah, I liked that. I liked that, actually. I thought that was a really cool and interesting gameplay development, because that was kind of a risk-reward sort of thing, right? Where it was like, oh, you could attack the eyes of the Bullborb, but you could also potentially lose lots of Pikmin by throwing them right into the mouth of the Bullborb. So I thought it was a really interesting gameplay development. If they had made... The problem I had with how they handled the attack the whole attack the eyes mechanic in Pikmin 3 was like, why does it stun the Bullborb? I didn't like that, because then 9 times out of 10 you were going to go, well, 10 times out of 10 you were going to go for the eyes. Like, because when you went for the eyes, it immediately stunned the Bullborb, which means, yeah, instant victory, because you could just keep attacking the eyes, thus continuing to stun them. So it was just kind of too easy. I like the concept. Like, on paper, the concept of attacking the eyes is great. But if you throw in the whole stun mechanic, don't make it stun the Bullborb. Just make it do more damage. Is the only thing. Is just make attacking the eyes of the Bullborb do more damage. You don't have to make it stun the Bullborb. You can have a visual effect where they're trying to like close their eyes or whatever, which they did. But don't make it stun them, because that makes it too easy. I love the risk-reward idea, though, of like throwing them at their face as opposed to their back, which is normally what players do, right? In the previous 2 games, is they throw the Pikmin at the back of the Bullborb because that's the safest route. King Bullblacks, or Emperor Bullblacks, was one ugly son of a gun. Yes, he was. And I also remember that in the Pikmin 1 stream, TMS, if you haven't seen our Pikmin 1 stream yet, which was actually our first stream on this channel, by the way, I lost everything to Emperor Bullblacks. I don't know if you remember that time when Bullblacks starts jumping around everywhere, just starts, like, jumping into the orbit of our planet. He just goes up to orbit and then comes back down like a meteor. I miscalculated one of those jumps he made, and he just wiped out all my Pikmin on stream. It was a really sad moment. I've sworn on the C-stick being gone. Thing is, I don't really think the extra mobility of the camera helped much in 3. Yeah, I agree. Well, I mean, if you have 40 plus Pikmin, you can just rush a Bulborb and win immediately. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, that is also a thing, yeah. That's another thing I kind of wish that didn't happen, though, is, like, I don't know. Killing Bulborbs is a little bit too easy in this game, too. I mean, I like how there's regular Bulborbs, and then there's the Bulbears, and those are significantly harder, and you can't just bum rush them like that, so... I mean, maybe they balanced it in 2. I think the balancing was actually pretty good in 2, to be honest. It was also pretty good in 3. I didn't have a problem with the balancing in 3. There were a lot of, like, really, like, hectic moments I had in 3, actually. So challenge for me in 3 was actually... I thought it was well balanced there, too. Wasn't around for 1, watch the archive. Oh, I thought you were there, PR. Oh no, you showed up in Xenoblade, never mind, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. I think I mentioned how if you don't beat it in the first go, its pattern becomes impossible. Oh, Bulblacks? Yeah. It's one of those things, man. I always hated that. His pattern becomes literally unbearable. Olimar Knight Shell. Now, geez, I wonder who named that one. I know it says the ship does, but, I mean, logically speaking, some of these names are very clearly Olimar. It's Helix. Let's see. Okay, let me go back to chat for a second. I would say Bulborbs have always been kind of been just collateral, placed in spots where they aren't the center of attention, where the problem is accidentally waking them up. Yeah, no, you're completely right with that design behind them. That is completely accurate. I agree. It's Helix. Pikmin Helix, not Arms. Not Arms 3-year-old. Not Arms 3-year-old Helix. So, Sarks, have you played Undertale? Banned. Yeah. I'm glad you... I'm glad you know that. So that was the Glint Beetle. Yeah, I'm glad you know you know the channel norms that much, TMS, because you're exactly right. we're not too keen on crazy weird fandoms like that. And that's not to say that we haven't talked about Undertale as being actually kind of an all-right game. It's kind of the fandom that ruined it. I'm willing to admit that Undertale is a good game. I just, as I said, I've never liked the fandom. I haven't forgotten your hour play log of Minecraft. Banned. Yeah. We don't talk about that. Yeah, I never played Minecraft on stream. But yes, I have Minecraft on Switch. And the reason for that is because I like it. It's a good game. Oh no. Oh, you rat bastard. You rat bastard. You're gonna die a very painful death now. Yeah, but anyway, I like Minecraft. It gets the whole 10-year-old stigma applied to it just as much as Undertale does. But I like Minecraft. I was there when it first went in alpha, okay? So I was there since the alpha days. These babies are experiencing, like, post 1.0, like, the 1000th update beyond, you know, 1.0 release. But yeah, I was there since the beginning. I have some very nostalgic memories of playing Minecraft, when I was younger, and I loved it. Really, really good game, and I've actually kind of been a little bit envious of people that have figured out how to play it in VR, just because me and my wife we have had a very long history, and a very significant and kind of heartfelt part of that history for us is, well, because for a long time we were long distance. So we were actually in a long-distance relationship for the vast majority of our relationship. And so, not to give you my whole life story or anything like that, but one way that we actually managed to connect with each other, being so far apart, was actually playing Minecraft together, because it was very real to us. It was like we could see our characters moving around, and we could live in a house that we built together, and do all of these things that were very, like... It was fun. It was fun to play together. It was fun to farm together. It was fun to build a house with which we both lived in together. It was neat. Being apart for so long kind of is hard to cope with. And so I think Minecraft has always been kind of like that coping mechanism when she was away. And so getting on the Switch, we got it on both of our Switches, because we figured, hey, you know, if we're bored one day, we could just immerse ourselves back in that world. But yeah, I've always liked Minecraft. I've never had a problem with it. I think it's gotten a really bad stigma for young people nowadays, and that's unfortunate. I don't think young folks need that. It's really sad. But yeah, I kind of wish it didn't have that same stigma attached to it. Give me a second, you guys. Now my phone is dead, which basically means I can't look at chat at all. So just give me 1 second. Sarks is away. Upvote Pinkled Peach. You guys are sinister. You guys are freaking monsters. How dare you? How dare you reference Pinkled Peach in a Pikmin stream? You jerks. Chat is now primarily ignored. It's an Etika stream. Oh god. Anything but that. Okay. Whoa! 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 What's going on here? Whoa! Okay, I have to give up and escape. There's no way I could actually finish this now, because I'm actually running late. I have to end the stream now, so let me just go ahead and give up and escape, and then save the game, and we'll be done. I know Etika. Not personally. But I do know of Etika. I've seen his streams. Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll just end the day. So I'm gonna save anyway. Mention Minecraft and Etika will come. Not an Etika fan? You know, I don't dislike him. I think his streams can be a little bit cancerous sometimes, but I don't dislike the guy. I don't know the guy. I'm particularly docile. I don't have anyone that I dislike. I don't know. If I haven't met them, I can't make an opinion, but I guess you would say that, you know, I'm not really that huge of a fan. Louis, your auntie sent me some cookies. Now I only meant to taste one, but then I ate them all. Sorry. To make up for it, I shall officially make you a cookie specialist. Yes! I don't remember this one. I don't remember this mail. That's awesome. Aren't we all, besides Undertale? Are you talking or referring to being cancerous? Yeah, I guess everyone's a little bit cancerous, just like everyone's a little bit racist. I'm holding the mic now, and I'm taking you across my apartment, so give me just... Ugh, I'm sorry if that was loud. Okay. Alright, you guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. You were all very, very fun. Made the stream very, very bearable for me. Thank you. That I wasn't just talking to myself. PR, thanks for your moderation, as per usual. You do an excellent job. TMS, thank you for remaining to be a Pikmin enthusiast with me. Appreciate it. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Tomorrow, it doesn't look like we're going to have a... or no, not tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow we're going to have a stream. Tomorrow we're going to have a stream, and I think it's actually... We're still doing Hyrule Warriors. On Saturday, And Sunday, Saturday, I don't know what we're doing Saturday. We were going to be playing Kirby, but the thing is with that is that this Friday I'm actually going to be gone. I'm going to Michigan, actually. Going to Michigan with my wife. Got to go to a family wedding there, so that's where I'll be over the entire weekend. So, sorry for that. So, you won't be seeing me this Saturday. You won't be seeing me until this Monday. So, see you guys until Monday. I hope Ridley keeps you guys well taken care of until then. I appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Undertale rules.